There's one. Set for stun. She'll be all right. Inform Lord Vader we have a prisoner.
So a couple of weeks ago I had a request for a video about blasters, and I thought I should take a look. Blasters are one of the most ubiquitous pieces of technology in the Star Wars universe, with nearly every major character wielding one at some point, and hardly an episode going by without seeing one. But with so many options, where do you start? Whether you're a fledgling bounty hunter, rebel, or mercenary, or just want to defend your ship from pirates, this video will help you choose the best option to start with. I'm Joey from Radio Free Coruscant, and these are the best beginner blasters in Star Wars.
Ouch time!
E5 Blaster Rifle. We will start the list with the Backto Armor Workshop E5 Blaster Rifle. This small but bulky weapon was not particularly impressive in any way, but its use by the B-1 battle droids of the Separatist Army made it one of the most mass-produced firearms in galactic history, and there are millions of them floating around the market for you to get your hands on. In addition to its ease of acquisition, it would also be great for new marksmen due to its robust construction and its overheating prevention system. It was also known to be a very accurate rifle, even though the battle droids that typically carried it were incapable of making use of this characteristic. It cost 600 credits new and could undoubtedly be bought for much less used. It weighed 2.2 kilograms and had a capacity of 500 shots. Blurg 1120 Holdout Blaster. Our next entry is the Eris Ryloth Defense Tech Blurg 1120 Holdout Blaster. While we don't know much about this particular pistol, holdout blasters in general made for great beginner weapons due to their small size and simple design. The Blurg was highly customizable with 9 built-in firing modes and the ability to be modified relatively easily. Its shots also made a very pleasant sound. We don't know the stats of the Blurg, but similar holdout blasters cost 250 to 500 credits, weighed half a kilogram, held 500 shots, and had a range of 30 to 40 meters. Dh7 Blaster Pistol. The Blastech Industries Dh7 Blaster Pistol would also make an excellent beginner blaster. While it wasn't specifically intended for novices, it was one of the main weapons of the Rebellion and often ended up in beginner hands. It had a high rate of fire and decent accuracy. The weapon was primarily used in semi-automatic mode, but also had a fully automatic firing mode for use in emergencies. Many would consider this to be one of the best blaster pistols on the market, and it is sure to please even a beginner. The Dh7 cost 550 to 800 credits and weighed 1 kilogram. Its Tabana gas canisters had a capacity of 500 shots like most blasters. It had an optimum range of 30 meters but could shoot up to 120 meters at maximum. DC15A Blaster Carbine. If you are looking for something a little more powerful, the Blastech Industries DC15A Blaster Carbine might be a suitable candidate. Like the E5, it was a highly mass-produced weapon which should be relatively easy to find to purchase. It was a shorter version of the DC-15 rifle used most often by the Grand Army of the Republic. Like the rifle version, it was a durable and reliable blaster that yielded few complaints from the clones who used it. Neither gun was highly customizable, but both could be fitted with ascension cables. The rifle was more powerful, but too long and unwieldy for a new blaster owner. If you are happy with the carbine, you could graduate to the longer version after some practice with the shorter one. The DC-15A had a price of 1,500 credits, It weighed 4.15 kilograms and had a capacity of, as usual, 500 shots. We don't know its range, however. The full-sized rifle had a range of 10 kilometers when used on a tripod and set to maximum power, but that doesn't do much to help us estimate a range for the carbine. Defender Sporting Blaster Pistol. Princess Leia was no amateur, but the Drerian defense conglomerate Defender Sporting Blaster pistol she carried was perfect for one. The Defender was often used for small game hunting and self-defense by wealthy elites. It was simple, lightweight, and easy to conceal, even being able to split into 3 parts to pass through security scans. There were actually several models of Defender Sporting Blaster on the market. One of the most famous models, and the one carried by Leia, was named the Satine's Lament. Meanwhile, Leia's friend Amelin Haldo favored the slightly smaller Defender 5. The Defender is one of the best blasters on the market for both new and experienced users. The stats varied slightly between models, but a Defender generally cost 300 to 350 credits, weighed 1 kilogram, and held enough Tibanagast to generate 100 shots. Its optimal range was 30 meters, and its maximum range was 60 meters. And those are my top 5 picks for best beginner blasters. There aren't as big of differences between different types of blasters as there are between different types of ships, so it was hard to choose which ones would be good for beginners, but I think these choices make sense. Let me know what you think of these, or what you would have chosen instead, in the comments. I'd like to thank Dh7 for donating to the channel and suggesting this video idea. It's always fun to cover a different topic once in a while, so I really appreciate it. Anyway, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a video, and I'll see you next week. RFC, out.